Hello everyone, welcome to today's Photopeas tutorial. Today's tutorial will be discussing the text tool. So without further ado, let's get started. And if you haven't already, bookmark Photopea. So first thing is, to access the text tool, press the T key. And to utilize the text tool, drag it over whatever part of the background or image you want to use. And then put in your text. However, as you can see, that's a bit small. However, obviously, it does not end there. By going up to here, where it says size, you can, in fact, change this and make it bigger. While it says it caps at 150, by going into this box here and typing a different number, you can make it bigger. Although, let's make it smaller for now. However, it goes even further than that. You can see up here it says book. However, you can drop that down into a menu of different things. So let's highlight the text and let's say, for example, light, extra light. That makes the text thinner, probably used for a different type of document than, say, bold oblique, which is much bigger and more defined. This would probably be used for something like a news headline. However, it can still go even further. For example, if we drop down this menu here where it says Deja Vu Sans, you'll see a massive list of fonts. So let's just pick one at random. Let's say Didact Gothic. As you can see, the font has changed to something quite different than before. However, let's go into some pretty different fonts. Like, let's say this font here, Distant Galaxy. It's a fun font based off the Star Wars series and probably used for news headlines. So I think that just about covers the basics. Move up to this corner for later, and I'll show you how it can be applied onto an image. Let's take a photo without too much going on. Say this here beach. How you would apply the text tool to an image would probably be, in the case of this image, in the form of some sort of bulletin. For example, a beach holiday. So if we take the previously mentioned Distant Galaxy and type up here, beach holiday, and make that box a bit bigger to accommodate the text. Might have to make the text a bit smaller. Yeah. So let's drop it down a bit from 150 to 140 and then move that here. And as you can see, now that you've got the title, it's looking like a lot more than just an image. However, it doesn't really blend with the background well, or let's just say it doesn't really pop. So, if you go up to this box here, you can change the colour, for example, to a red, so then it really sticks out. You don't have to do red, I just prefer red because it's my favourite colour. Then let's say you can go and do like this little thing, which is like contents of the holiday or something like that. However, this is not the funnest part of how it can be applied to an image. So let's delete this text layer and move this to the middle. You'll see why in a second. And then move this text layer below here, below the background. And then right click on this background layer and hit clipping mask. And as you can see, you've basically created a new font, and you can drag the image around to create well, a slightly different looking font than before. However, I'd say that looks really good. However, this is not the only application of the text tool, so let's move back over to this project. So the reason I moved this up here was to make room for other things. For example, the pen tool. Press P to access it. The pen tool can be used in tandem with the text tool to create a cool cartoony effect. So let's quickly create a short pen line, because we'll need space for something else. And then shrink this down so it can fit on the line. That's the wrong thing. Excuse me a minute. So then type on this path. Shrink that down. However, that is not the only way you can type on a path. If we go to the shape tool and change this setting up here from shape to path, and then drag this on here, as you can see, it's created something very similar to the pen line. However, it can create a cool effect of its own by curving text around the edges. So, as you can see, I've managed to hit this on the line, so if I type a bunch of random gibberish, it will curve around the box. However, you can modify this by hitting the A key to get this tool here, the Path Select tool. You can drag this box here around, and as you can see, it's taking the text and moving it around. As you can see, there's this X here, which should be able to move this to a final point. So, as you can see, we have created a cool curving effect. So, just to quickly recap, in this video we talked about the basic type tool and its functions and its basic features, the use of it on bulletins, and the use of the clipping mask tool to turn this unremarkable headline into a cool font, and finally, how to type on various types of path. So that about concludes this tutorial. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.